Apparently during drive time I forgot my coffee cup in the truck. Time to get some fuel for the day. These people stare at me as I shoot video, but that happens all the time. Where are we? We're in Washington, D.C., outside of Washington, D.C. This really cool park, a lot of trees. It's hard to get in here. It's actually really nice. We're not used to having lots of trees. So this is going to be an interesting scenario played out. Okay, let's go see what Sheila's doing so we can get an update on what we're doing today.
Good morning.
I was making coffee this morning and sharing with them our wonderful setup here in Washington.
There's a lot of trees.
There's a lot of trees. Sheila, this is our intro for this video.
Oh.
Where are we going today?
Today, Todd, we are heading out to see our first president's house.
Our very first president?
Our very first president.
And that happens to be, if they don't know that, that would be very sad. If you're from another country, that would be George Washington. Because we do have people watching from other countries now.
We do.
So congrats. Thank you. Thank you so much.
So we're going to go see that, his house, and kind of that area. And
that's known as Mount Vernon.
Yes.
Okay.
Look at you.
I know.
Is it going to be
I had to watch some YouTube videos.
Is it going to be a Todd Fact Day?
We'll see. I don't know.
All right. And then we're going to go for a ride. So I need you to load the bikes.
I know. You told me. You tried to give me a warning. We're going like on 10-mile bike ride.
Or more.
Or more. And we're going, where is that? That's to
the old town of Alexandria.
Yeah, and every time I hear Alexandria, if you watched Walking Dead, I always think of Alexandria as the...
Yeah, this isn't that.
I know, but now I understand where they got it from the show. So I think that's where they got it. Anyway, so I guess we just need to roll the intro. This is a long intro.
Yes, way too long.
Way too long. I'm sorry. We'll roll the intro and we'll jump into it. That sounds like a plan.
You're still talking.
I know.
Roll the intro.
A man and a woman left their home to switch things up and go on the road. They didn't know where they would go, but it's gotta be better than staying home. They switched it up. They switched it up.
We bring you Mount Vernon. Bum, 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 bum.
It's pretty impressive.
George Washington's house.
And Martha.
And Martha, we cannot forget the beloved Martha.
Yes.
Did you know that they were married for 40 years, Sheila?
Look at you doing some fun
I
facts.
know.
Fun facts with Todd.
And, well, George, he passed away, and Martha lived on for 2.5 years later before she passed, and she never went back into the bedroom where he passed away. Isn't that sad? She was heartbroken.
I would be the same.
Would you?
Yeah.
So I don't think you would be that heartbroken, but
I'm pretty sure I would.
I feel very touched.
Okay, good.
So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna walk around. We're gonna check some of the sites out, and we'll kind of touch base on some things. But there is no video allowed in the house, so we're gonna have to take some pictures, set it to some wonderful music, so you can see inside the house. Does that sound like a plan?
Sounds like a plan.
I don't feel like getting in trouble for shooting video in there. I do have boundaries.
Newsflash.
I bet you guys didn't know that. I do, and George Washington House apparently is one of them.
There's some respect issues there. I believe that to be a good thing.
Can we go over? I want to touch base on the construction side of these coming out.
Again?
Well, listen, everyone's seen Mount Vernon, but have you really?
Has everybody seen Mount Vernon?
No, they
You're
probably
51
haven't.
And you had
this
not
is
yet.
first time, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's
go take a look.
Yes, we can bring your construction hat out. It's not lap siding.
Okay, see, Sheila's now getting into a little, see if I can get you to focus. Here's the deal. This is called rustification. I think that's the term. Don't hold me to it, you can research it. But back in the day, they wanted things to look more elaborate
Than
the actual plank wood. So they would actually take the wood and they would carve it, so then it would have this look of stone being placed on it, and then they would paint it, and then they would use sand, and then they would throw all of that onto there. So to me, it's almost like at the end, it gave it a better look because it gave more elegance.
Like you said, it's like the first stucco.
I did say that. It is like the first stucco. But the way they carved all the wood made it look like stacked stone.
Yeah.
Which I think is pretty incredible when you look at it. But so you can see how the jam came down here, and then they encapsulated the windows. It's brilliant. I just see there's a lot of upkeep though, that's the problem. The whole front of the house was done that way. There was 3 add-ons to the house. It's a small house in the beginning. He was gifted when he grew up and 7 years old, and I think he was like 17 to 19 when he was gifted the house. So it was just a small portion. Then they added the second floor, and then as he moved up in the ranks, they added the 2 wings. There's 10 bedrooms upstairs, so it's actually incredible. So you've got the slave quarters. When people came to visit, they would come here first for the slave quarters.
The visitors are in the house. The slaves of those visitors could stay here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then they'd walk across underneath, and then they'd go into the house on the side. We'll show you all the inside, like the rooms where he had this big meetings, and not meetings, it was like the elegant room where you had that hospitality room.
Yes.
Then he was early morning riser. He was up at like 4:30. He had a room that he actually worked in.
They say that he was a workaholic.
Yeah, which I could see.
Look at how he changed America being a workaholic.
Yeah.
So workaholic.
Are you saying that? 3 videos a week, baby? So we're workaholics. And then
you gotta look at the view. We gotta show him the view that he had from his backyard.
Let's show you the view, which is absolutely beautiful. And then where you have this, what they called the walkways, so they're not verandas. Oh, I can't remember the term. It's escaping me. But usually one wall is encased when you do the walkway, but he wanted both sides open so you could see the view. There's so much here. This is really a pretty cool history lesson for sure. On every account, from how the food was made, from the smokehouse and the horses and the gardening and
even how he started out as a surveyor to a farmer to in the military to our president. It's quite impressive.
The whole museum was actually really incredible to go see. So I'm not going to bore you with all these details, but I think there's some really kind of neat things that are just different. Okay, let's set the scene. Right here, there's a big party going on. There's a national treasure at stake. The President of the United States here. You've got to lure him into the house where George Washington lived. And you got to lure him into the secret tunnel, Sheila. Is it real? Well, the movie part's not.
The movie was filmed here.
It was filmed here, and we're standing in a proximal location of where they had a lot of the stuff. 10-minute scene in the movie, took 2 weeks to shoot. There's the house. Sheila wants to go into the tunnel, but alas, in order to do that tour, you have to book 2 and 3 weeks out.
I know.
So that's
a tip. Had I paid attention earlier, we would have been on it.
So we thought about shooting our own scene. Do you want to shoot our own scene?
Oh, we didn't think about that. And we didn't even talk about that. I think it's just pretty cool to be sitting on a porch and looking out over, you saw where your first president of your country
It's
had
absolutely
lived.
amazing.
300 years old.
Yeah. Story is there was this all full of cherry trees and they chopped them all down.
Don't film full of crap facts. No, that's no Todd history.
That was a Todd history fact.
Yeah, no Todd history.
Yeah, and he made like 200
No.
sets of dentures out of them.
No Todd history.
No, not out
No.
of cherry wood.
No,
That's all
no,
lies.
no.
That's lies.
Yeah, we don't want any of that.
True fact is he never had dentures made out of wood.
That is a true fact.
That is a true fact.
He didn't have wooden teeth.
He didn't have wooden teeth. That's a lie. We
Yeah,
don't.
It was probably some Todd history.
No, we don't mislead people here. This is. He did have
We don't.
horrible
You were
teeth.
right. We
and he,
don't.
And he actually had teeth made from like ivory and other things.
Hippopotamus, I think I saw.
Yeah, which is crazy.
Yeah, but I mean,
Poor
that's the-
dude. He
Yeah.
endured terrible teeth his whole life.
Yeah, and when he took the presidency, he only had one tooth left. He was our one-toothed president.
So did he whistle?
Stop. I think it takes 2 teeth to whistle.
Oh yeah, he couldn't even whistle. He's the one-tooth president. Oh well.
And then he lost that one. Poor guy.
Oh, he did a lot of amazing things, and this tour has actually been pretty incredible to see. They're doing all of this renovation, even the room where he passed away. They're doing that. Can you imagine being that contractor? It's like, don't get anything on the bed.
Yeah, because that literally
stress.
is the bed from George Washington. Don't mess it up.
Don't
Like,
mess
wonder
history
what
up.
your insurance policy has to
Oh
be
my
for
goodness.
that.
Yeah. All right, we're
Anyway.
off. Where's our next adventure? Do you know where we're going next?
We're gonna pedal. We're gonna pedal. We did this one by foot. We're gonna pedal to our next one.
Oh, all right. We're pedaling. Actually, no, we're throttling because we have Hemingways, so we have electricity. Something he didn't have in this house.
Yeah, there's lanterns everywhere. As much as you're gonna be pedaling, I would suggest you pedal.
Oh gosh.
Hey, darling, can I tell you what's been on my mind?
About now, this is when the wheels fall off the bus normally for me. Bikes are out. I don't know how far we're going. We're at Mount Vernon. Where are we going? Alexandria?
Downtown Alexandria to get something to eat.
Yeah, we're just gonna go.
It's the carrot.
It's the food. She's giving me the carrot for food and snacks. But she did just spring this that it is 10 miles one way.
Well, this whole bike trail goes 34 though.
We're not doing 34 miles one way. I'd be pedaling all the way back.
Or we could get the metro and come back. It'd be fine.
Yeah. You ready?
How are you?
I'm not ready. So we're here
Yeah,
and we're going all the way
to there.
to there.
That town
In
right
here.
there. Yeah. That looks doable.
Hey, baby, don't you understand that we only get one life? I wanna make it count, honey. Come on now and take my hand. Hey, darling, I love it when it's me and you on the road with a couple of tunes in a car for 2. Hey, darling, you know we're gonna have a
Sheila, are we lost?
No, because it shows us on the map where we are.
We're almost to 10 miles and my tummy's getting hungry.
Well, look, we're almost there. We're gonna get to Marina Park and then go into lunch.
You gotta work for your lunch around here.
Absolutely. Trying to get it out of the way.
Okay, bikes are locked up. If we come back and they're gone, then they're gone, I guess.
Where were they gonna go?
I don't know. But it's time for some food.
Don't you understand that we only get one life? I wanna make it count. Come on now and take my hand. Let's get out, we can leave this city.
All right. Sheila drugged me down here 10 miles to eat at Alexandria
In
And-
the old historic.
in the old history, and this is amazing. Like in what year was it? It was voted best tiny, like small.
Best small town in 2020. So not very
It
long
is
ago.
very charming. Awesome architecture. We got off the beaten path. We were on King Street. That's where like all of the
Shops
shops and
restaurants.
yeah, it's real hectic. But even off the beaten path 2 blocks over, it's still got its charm.
Like, look, every one of these houses are on the
Historic registry.
Historic Alexandria Foundation. So, and they're just cool row houses.
So coming and spending the time here and walking around, I think this should be on somebody's list to come do.
Yeah, it's very charming.
Look at this. Look at. Look at that. It's like everywhere you turn, you think you're peeling back a layer of history. The streets, you know, a lot of them are a brick down here still. Some cobblestone. Sidewalks.
They all have like these, I don't know. It just isn't what
we don't get this in Kansas.
We're just not used to seeing this. It might be normal for most of you that live on the East Coast, but
not to us.
this is not. These early buildings, when did you say that the beginning,
This was in 1784 to 1786.
Wow.
You
so
know.
This town was kind of began in like 1608 when John Smith was
give you a
here?
fun fact too, as bad as it is, but this was one of the towns that a lot of the slavery came from, and they were shipping out 1,000 slaves to different areas of the country from here. It was one of the first ports. During the Civil War...
Yeah, it's not a very fun fact, but it is a fact.
It is a fact, not fun. During the Civil War, the first deaths of that Civil War came from Alexandria.
And the town, 1608, you said John Smith.
Smith actually came into it, but it was formed later on.
Still in the 1600s.
Yeah, it's crazy. This is the closest history we get for America.
Look, it's an old cobblestone street.
Think if the street could talk. This is like the original cobblestone.
This had to beat the crap out of your horse and buggy, though.
It's amazing it's still standing. This is amazing.
It's kind of like the cobblestone streets we found in Rome.
Yeah, it has that same charm.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Like a lazy flowing river.
Bikes are still here.
Look at that.
Look at that. We come back and bikes are still here. Only 10 more miles to go.
There's a new day that will come again tomorrow. There's a new day.
I know this is going to sound weird, right? A lot of times I'm kind of amazed this is our life right now, to see things like this and travel. But I think that's what the RV lifestyle is all about, right? Is to open up these opportunities and travel and do these things. Sure, we got a 10-mile bike ride ahead of us, but the scenery is... Look at this. Look at it. It's just beautiful. We haven't even gone to all the touristy stuff, like going to, you know, the Washington Monument and Lincoln Memorial. It's just, I don't know. We're very blessed.
If you try to get some sleep, if you give up the fight, if only just for a bit, there's a new day to leave behind your troubles. There's a new day, and it will set you free.
I made it.
How many miles did we go, Todd?
We went 20 miles.
And you survived.
I survived. Okay, so let's do a recap for the day.
I'm just looking where else this trail goes.
You already told me it's 34 miles all the way to
It goes to Arlington
Cemetery,
Yeah.
which is crazy. So as I was cruising through these trees towards the end,
Yeah.
all I could think of was George Washington taking his little buggy, his horse, trotting all the way up to DC area, to the White House.
I don't think the White House was made.
Well, he's the one that surveyed he took care of the land and did all that stuff.
He surveyed the land.
So take that to Alexandria. Alexandria, believe it or not, George Washington surveyed that land and the shores, and he thought it would be great for a tobacco warehouse, but it never came to fruition. They worked with glass and leather and some other goods.
Look at you becoming like a person real fast.
I think the thing is that I've just all day been blown away about the history that's here. Like it is really hard to wrap your head around the paths that we were in, and I can just imagine this whole pathway without the roads, and that was pretty incredible.
Yeah, just even walking around his area with the size of some of the trees that we know that he planted. I mean, that's pretty cool.
And you can think about the wars, and he was in battle for 8.5 years. I mean, there's just so much that today kind of wrapped my head around. So yeah, it was a good day. I didn't even really complain a lot.
I know, which made it a good day for Sheila.
We highly recommend going to Alexandria. I think we could spend a little more time there, but
We could.
alas, parting is such sweet sorrows, and we have other areas we're going to.
Yes, I have a list.
Yeah, she does have a list. So we're gonna load the bikes up, head back, and enjoy the rest of the evening.
Relax.
What's the park we're at? Do you know? The Pohick?
It's a state park, so it's a Virginia state park. It's called Pohick Bay.
Yeah,
Or
so
I don't know if it's pronounced that way. It might be Pohick.
Pohick? Yeah, but we call it Pohick because we're not from the South. We're from Kansas.
We're sticks, so it's Pohick.
Hope you enjoyed today's video. It was a lot of fun. It was probably a little bit different than our normal videos. A little more historic, I think.
I don't know. I think our videos are always different.
Oh, okay then. I didn't even complain about the 20-mile bike ride. That's my mind-blowing epiphany on this one. Now tomorrow she's talking about a hike. You know how much I love hikes. All right, we're out.
This is not